video, like the MB will be more if someone is having some network issue and all.
Yes, sure.
Okay, thank you. I'll share my steps. So are my slides visible in the presentation mode and
Yeah.
also
Yes, it is
moving?
visible.
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you. So again, I'd like to thank you all for conducting this session. And 1 minute. Okay, so these are my contact points. You can approach me via any of these. And till today, like till date, my juniors contact me through over text, over emails, over call. And I'm glad that I can help them in any way in which I am capable of. So without any further delay, I'd like to move forward. So I have introduced these two, three slides, uh, like two, three introductory slides, because I know that most of you don't know me, and it's the same for me. I don't know most of my juniors due to this COVID and all. So I'm an alumna of NITZ. I passed out in 2020. Like it's really heart-wrenching to say that I'm already an alumna because it's just 1 year, and I, like, to be brutally honest, I could not have, like, I have not come out from that BTech phase as of now. So I did my BTech in biotechnology, as I'm already introduced. So I had been the class representative for all the 4 years. Like in the first year, some of the girls like literally raised my hand up and said that please you be the CR. And in the second year, we actually conducted an election kind of thing, and I was really, like, I got a very supportive group of people in my class, a very united class. They all voted for me, and they never let me resign from that position. Also, currently, I'm pursuing direct PhD from IIT Delhi. So this was just a formal introduction, but in reality, I am always sleepy. Like people who actually know me, they know I am a sleepyhead. I'm a very lazy person. Also, I'm extremely introverted person. But this 4 years journey, this 4 years BTech journey has turned me, like, not turned me into an extrovert, but at least it has improved my communication skills a lot. Also, I've got a lot of friends, like different group of friends, from academically excellent friends to very creative and talented friends, people having superb GK knowledge. I am really lucky to have all these kind of friends in my life. Also, I am a foodie. Uh, I'm highly resilient. So this is not an interview, but still I'd like to add this point that yes, I'm a bit flexible with my schedule, with my work culture and all. Um, like you, I can say this that this is one of my strengths. So you put me in any situation, I think that I'll be able to survive in that. And also just to maintain the symmetry of this, I love to smile. So the past. I know nobody is actually interested in the past, but it is the past which, like, shapes us, our present, our future. So I'm a native of Dankuni. This is a place uh, approximately 20 kilometers from Kolkata, the capital of West Bengal, and also it is nearby the famous Dakshineshwar temple. So I did my 10th school from Methodist School, which is in Dankuni. There I secured first rank in my ICSE board exam. I did my 12th from Haryana Vidya Mandir. Don't worry, it's not from Haryana, not in Haryana, but it is in Salt Lake, Kolkata. So there I secured second rank in the CBSE board, and Like in the science, I was on the top. Also, this is a very important point of my life that I got a seat in NIT Durgapur in the sixth round of counseling. Like during our time, we did not have the spot round and all. So, like, please don't ask me my rank. I think that I'm maybe the last rank holder of NIT Durgapur of 2016 batch. So, moving forward. In the first year, I was a complete naive person. Can you really imagine that I didn't even visit a restaurant outside the campus? Like, are there any people in the lobby who can tell that in their first year they did not visit a restaurant? Like, can I hear a yes or a no? I assume that's a no. Like the most we could afford was Roy restaurant that's in our campus. Not monetarily we could afford, but like we did not have the courage to go out of the campus and visit a restaurant. So this type of person I was in the first year. Also, I just had no idea about my future. Like I was completely clueless. This was kind of because I had no background in biology. In my plus two, when I was given the option of computer science or biology, I chose computer science over biology. Why? Because I did not want to pursue a career in medicine. Also, I did not know about biotechnology back then. So, being the junior most in the first year, interaction with seniors is important, and I think that this is why this cell is made, this student alumni interaction cell. So, the first thing that the seniors told us that time was for exams, you don't need to study. Like for the midterm, that's a group discussion kind of thing. But like students, that's just a complete myth. You have to study for all your examinations if you want to pass and get a good grade. Also, it was as I already told that I am always sleeping. If I'm not doing anything else, I'm just sleeping and maybe wasting my time. But during the first year, it was the first time in my whole life that I was awake for the whole night. I remember it for the next day was chemistry exam, and I was just studying all through the night, and I dozed off in the examination hall itself, and I don't know, out of nowhere, I just wrote Bonvita in my chemistry examination paper. Moving forward, so the most happening thing was Arohan in my entire first year. Yes, CK conducts. Like during our time, there were lots of clubs. Lots of clubs are also still there, but there were lots of fests happening all throughout the year. So I and my friends are a laid back type of person. We don't generally go into attending these fests and all, but Arohan, as you all know, it's the second largest techno management fest of Eastern India and all. So I attended the robotics workshop just for exposure, just out of curiosity, maybe because I'm not really very interested into robotics and all. So finally, when Arohan came in 2017 February, I knew that volunteering experience was like kind of a laborious thing and all, but I was sure that at least I'll be able to like be in the Lord arena, be there present in the field, and with that experience, I got into CCA core cell. So I remember in the last round, one of the seniors asked me that you did not give auditions for any of the clubs and all. So if you don't get into CCA core cell, then what? So what I answered was like, uh, if I don't give the exam to fail. So I remember this thing. Uh, coming to the first to second year transition, I had spent my entire vacation at home. I developed some cooking skills. I love sketching, so I sketched a little bit. I learned household chores, and also I attended some Bible sessions. Don't worry, I love my religion very well. I nowadays I'm attending Gita classes as well. So, but the most important thing that I did in that summer break was read about biotechnology. So, I just wanted to know what biotechnology is all about, because during our time in the whole first year, we did not have a subject called biology. Also, I got to know that the top three of any branch can change their branch after the first year. So, luckily, I came in the top three position, but by then I was like, like my tiniest bit of me wanted to do research always from childhood. So I just did not switch to, I wanted to go to electrical engineering or something like that, but because I'm not into coding at all. So I wanted to change, but then after talking to my mentors and my parents, I decided that no, I got biotechnology and I won't change my branch anymore, and I'll do research, because one of my favorite teachers told me that biotechnology is the rising sun. Anybody from biotechnology background here? Like, can I get a yes? Like, few of you? Nobody from biotechnology?
Yes, Didi. There are many.
Okay, okay, fine. Like, please be interactive. Whenever you miss a point or have a doubt, please question me. I am ready to answer. This is an interactive session. It's not about my life history. So please be interactive, guys. So in my second year, I opened up a little bit, a little bit. So there was this major strike happening in our college. The log gate of Durgapur barrage had broken. There was water shortage in the city. There were many hostels of our campus which did not have water for a day or two. So we encountered a major strike. Then I joined a lab for winter internship. So I was into the department. I'm talking about my third semester. So I was into the department for less than 6 months. It was very, very difficult to get an winter internship then. This is because people barely know you. Why will faculties let you let you use their lab and their equipment? That's very risky for them. So we had this one lab, like we had two departmental subjects and two departmental labs back then. Now the courses and the course curriculum has changed a lot. Back then we had two departmental subjects and two departmental labs. So I tried joining one of the lab along with two other friends of mine. Before joining this lab, I literally went to all other faculties' chambers and like I begged for an internship, but none of them gave me because I was inexperienced back then. So I worked on lignin mimicking dye degradation. So I won't go into the intricacies, but still, uh, a one single bacteria or a consortia of bacteria, like a combination of bacteria, has the capability of degrading dyes. So I was working on that, and this lignin is found in the plant cell walls and all, and it is a major wastewater pollutant. So I was working on this. I started liking biotechnology a bit, and the reason why I told you about the strike was I had to live alone for the first time in this building. Like in the fourth floor, there are 40 rooms, and in all those 40 rooms, I was the only person staying. Like, I'm not a brave person at all, but I don't know. I got the courage from somewhere, and I lived in this building. Hardly there were 10 people, and in my floor, I was living alone. So I did not stop going to the lab after the winter internship got over. I started visiting the lab regularly after my classes. Like, you all know that we have classes from 8:15 to 5:30. Like, this is the normal uh, interval. So after 5:30, we used to visit the lab, and next we worked on solid state fermentation. And this, like, 5:30, 5:45 to 6, I was into the lab, and the lab continued till 8:30, 9:30 also sometimes maybe. So here I worked on solid state fermentation. This was really amazing, guys. I won't really tell you in detail, but just to give you an idea that why biotechnology is important, why a interdisciplinary subject is can be fascinating, is you can see these whitish things. These are the garlic the peel of the garlic that we eat. So here we had put some broth, like some liquid, and we had given bacteria into it. Within 24 hours, this bacteria could produce a pigment called proteoglycin, and it turns its color to pink. Isn't this really amazing, guys? Like, to see that within 24 hours, the bacteria is doing like such a great job. Next, I also worked on like scale up things and all. Um, but the major part was meeting and lab clashes. Like, as you know that I was in the food cell of CCA, we had meetings almost every week, and I told you my lab schedule. So, like, it was just almost like nearly impossible to adjust these meetings and labs. Also, back then, this Matribhasha Divas, for that Speak Make was conducting this, like, was the in charge of this. I'm not in Speak Make, but they called me for recitation, and there I had to practice. So for all these, I used to get a lot of scolding. Like, I'm a very sensitive person, but I had to bear all those scoldings for, like, not for no reason, but because they thought that I'm not giving enough time to the lab. Also, this is because of my frequent homecomings. I'm quite a homesick person, and all money I used to come home almost every weekend. So balancing all these things was really, really tough back then. So what I learned from here, to never give up. I did not give up my lab for my meetings. I did not give up my meetings for my lab. Also, I tried to continue the extracurricular activities that I had. Time management is a very important thing that you will learn in these 4 years of your life. Also, perseverance. This is an absolute, like, the golden truth of success. You need to be persistent in your work. Never give up. So one tip before going further, I want to give you that uh, knowledge sharing is like caring. I don't know, like, I just made up the phrase. Group study always helps. I had a fantastic group of 4 people. Someone was good in memorizing notes, someone was good in asking logical questions, someone had this analytical mind, someone uh, like jotted down everything. So make a group of people, and then study in that group. Group study always helps. Like, the night before the examination, every night, like, every single semester, I passed the semester in this way. Like, group study helped me, benefited me a lot. Do not keep your knowledge to yourself. You tell others, you learn from others. Exchanging knowledge is a great idea, and you are in NIT Durgapur, so you have brilliant minds. You are surrounded by brilliant minds, so use that. Also, I'd like to say that please listen carefully in the class. I told my schedule that from 8:15 to like till 9, almost 12 hours, I am out of the hostel. So when will I study? What I did was I listened carefully in the classroom itself. Yes, you may not be compatible with the teacher. You may not understand the teacher's teaching. There are a lot of issues which we face every day. But at least if you listen for 1 hour, at least 5 minutes of benefit you will get from there. So why not take it? I was very attentive in the classroom, guys. And I can proudly say that my faculties were really great, like really awesome. So from second year to third year, I did an internship in IIT Kharagpur. So in the even semester, I came to know, oh, now I have to like apply for an internship. So that time I did not have any subject preference and all. So what I did was I opened up the IIT Kharagpur portal and I wrote a very nice long mail with my CGPA and all. And I had sent the mail to each and every professor out there. Like I was going to do for all the other IITs too. Like I thought that I'll be sending mails to everyone in all the major IITs. But luckily, I got a reply within 2 days. I got a reply from a professor in IIT Kharagpur. His lab is bioprocess and bioproduct development lab, and there I worked on partial purification and characterization of bacterial secondary metabolites. Obviously, I'm not going to discuss my project here, but you can see this is an electron microscopy image. This is a STEM image. These rod-shaped things you can see, this is Bacillus thermoantarcticus. These rod-shaped things. And these slimy white dots, like white matrix you can see, these are the biopolymer that this bacteria is producing. So they were working on uh, scaling up the process, extracting more and more biopolymers, and used in various industries. Like one of the most important application is tissue engineering. Like if this will be very biocompatible. I won't go into very much details because maybe many of you won't understand um, with my short introduction to these processes. So this was the time when I actually fell for biotechnology. I started loving biotechnology, working in all these labs. So coming to the third year, life had started to be happening. So a group of friends, again, we need people, we need teamwork. Teamwork is very important in life. So please develop teamwork skills from the very beginning. You are just into NIT Durgapur or anywhere else. So we wanted to establish a departmental society, club, or a platform like of thing. Some of the like-minded people, we wished this. So this was very difficult. In the beginning of the third year, we started thinking about this. Like two of my friends discussed this idea and I joined in, and then again, then following other, like following us, some more people joined in. So in the beginning of third year, we started this idea, working upon it took 1 year, and finally we could establish it in the March of the even semester. So this is the club Evolvier, the departmental biotechnology club. Here we exchange ideas. We give a common platform to the society, to the biotechnological society, where people can exchange ideas, people get to know what biotechnology is all about, and the most important thing is they get to interact with each other and with their seniors, with their juniors, because most of the interactions till then happened one to one. Like a junior just texted me over WhatsApp that, Dave, please help me out with this. But it shouldn't be that way, right? So finally, we could establish this club, and our juniors, luckily, are continuing this legacy. So we organized freshers, farewell, Teachers' Day. I think this was the first time Teachers' Day happened in the department, and all the faculty members were really impressed by this event. Also, we organized many talks under the flag of Evolve Year. So there's this thing under TechIP 3 and all, this industry academia interaction. So we called people from industries, not we, our faculty members called people from various industries like Novozyme, Biotech, ECG Life Sciences, to name just a few. And they gave the talks under the flag of Evolve Year. And we also published a magazine, Biocosmos, which we had, not we, our HOD, ma'am, had emailed it to the director, sir, and director, sir, really gave good reviews about it. So these 4 years of my life has taught me many things. I can talk for hours, but about my BTech life, but to shorten it up in this stipulated amount of time, I'll just say that I hosted various events. Parichya 2.0 is a CCA orientation event. So, an introvert person who likes to keep herself within herself. So, she was standing in front of more than 500 people in the SAC. So, that was like really a milestone for me. Also, during all these departmental talks and lectures, um, like I was very much humbled that my teachers found me capable of hosting these events. Also, I participated in a public speaking contest, Voice for BT. Like I was nominated for this one by my departmental teachers. They really helped me a lot throughout the journey of my 4 years. Also, the fun part is we organized trips. We had gone to three, like we, our batch, the whole batch of 30 people went to three different trips in a like span of 1.5 years. So that was really the fun part. This is my batch. This is the picture in Mython. So you always need to enjoy your life, live your life to the fullest, have passion even for the smallest things, do things with care, even for the smallest things like, I don't know, brushing your hair, do it with care, do it with full passion. And please do not delay enjoyment. This is what my mother always tells, that you need to work, you need to enjoy at the same time. If you don't enjoy your work, just leave and go for anything else. But whatever you do, you need to enjoy, and you need to be very passionate about it. Also, I'd like to add that please surround yourself with enthusiastic group of people. This really gives you a positive attitude, and it helps a lot, and it will always help you a lot in your career. So before I was leaving from IIT Kharagpur, the professor called me in his chamber and told that if you want to continue your work, you can come for the winter internship again. So I continued that summer internship work in the winter also in IIT Kharagpur itself. Also, I did an experiment for the lab I was working in. Like in the NIT lab, which I was working on solid state fermentation and lignin mimicking dye degradation. So there was an experiment called HPLC. I don't know how many of people know it is high performance liquid chromatography experiment. So we had a faulty instrument here in NIT Durgapur back at that time. I don't know the status now. Hopefully it's working fine. So that experiment I independently like conducted, like performed in the IIT Kharagpur lab. I was very proud of that, but I was a little disheartened because I did not get the proper credit for this. Like I was not even acknowledged for my work. So then in 2018 December, I attended a conference at NIT Rourkela. So this is the name of the conference, First International Conference on Bioprocess for Sustainable Environment and Energy. And I presented this poster. So we had produced the pigment using the paper industry solid waste. The paper industry produces a lot of solid waste called paper mill sludge. So we utilized that and grew the bacteria on that and used that bacteria to produce the pigment called prodigiocin. So coming to MyTax Global Link research internship. Before going to this, I'd like to ask if anyone of you have any questions. I can take a few questions now. Guys, any questions?
Okay, Shairi, can you hear me? This is
Yes.
Dr. Hori Shankar here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, Shairi, I wanted to ask you a question. How important do you think are your communication skills in this entire journey? Can you throw some light on your probably on how involved you were with your reading, writing, speaking, and listening skills?
Yes, sure, sir. I'd like to tell that I was a very introvert person, but as I'm speaking now, I am a little bit more confident. So, and the whole this contribution is from my teachers because they told me to host this event. I don't like today, I don't get afraid to approach a random stranger or to approach a professor to talk about something to discuss my research work. So I think that in our academic life, communication is the key. We need to communicate to grow in this world. And also, listening is a much bigger part because, as I have already mentioned, that listening, I like most of the, most of my studying happened through listening. I used to listen to my teachers very, very carefully. So, and obviously, reading, writing, these are your own skills which you need to develop. Nobody can help you with those. So, more practice, more exposure to develop your skills more. Uh, could I answer
Hey,
your question?
thanks. No, yeah, you did. Thank you, Shairi. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So, any more questions, or should I move forward? Okay, I'll move forward.
Yeah, ma'am, you can move forward.
Okay, sure. So I this MyTax Global Link Research Internship is a internship of Canada. It is a fully funded internship. Half of the scholarship is given by MHRD and half is given by the Canada government. So I did not know about this internship. So one day I was watching some stand-up comedy and all. So it was 3 a.m. in the morning or night. I don't know what. In engineering colleges, we call this as night. So at 3 a.m. in the night, my roommate approaches me and tells that, Shairi, do you know that this kind of internship is there? We can apply for that. And the deadline isn't just one day. So I was very shocked, yet very thankful to her that at least she gave me the information. So, like, and the application process of this internship is very intensive. You need to write a lot, you need to fill a lot of, like, you need to answer a lot of questions, you need to fill a lot of blanks, and also it's a very intensive process. So I started the filling up the form right at 3 a.m. in the night. I did it. I continued it, and yes, I cannot sacrifice my classes for that. I cannot sacrifice my lab work for that. So after coming back again, I was into the filling up the application mode. Also, in that one day that IIT Kharagpur professor, I am highly grateful to him that in that one day he gave me the recommendation letter. Also, my NIT Durgapur professor gave me the recommendation letter. I am really grateful to them. So I completed the whole process in one day, and also after writing the research rationale and all, I had sent it to few of my seniors, and they approved that yeah, you can do these corrections. Some said that yeah, this is okay and all. So it was in the September. Okay, September 23rd was the deadline. I still remember 2:30 a.m. in the morning. Uh, no, in the night, according to the time zone gap and all. So I submitted the form and I got selected. Like, I was the first one who got selected in our batch on 4th January. So I was really elated. I didn't know what to do because I had no hope from this internship, but I had just filled up the form and I got selected. But unfortunately, due to some circumstances, I had to reject the fellowship. This is because, like, the professor there had sent me a mail that yes, this principal scientist will communicate you from now on, and that scientist wanted me to compromise, which I rejected. And there were obviously consequences, like he told me to compromise for publications, which I did not, and I rejected the fellowship. Next, I applied to some of the Indian research institutes like CSIR, Institute of Toxicology under Ashok Pandey. He was the then editor-in-chief of Bioresource Technology Journal, which is a very reputed journal. So he also instantly, I don't know, I just got very lucky. He also accepted my proposal. So coming to third year to final year transition, just before my third year was ending, I liked the professor. Like, I liked his way of teaching. I liked somehow I felt very connected to him. I like his way of teaching, his way of demonstration was very good. So I approached him and told him, sir, please demonstrate your work, what you do, because because I'm thinking to
Uh-huh.
join your lab. So what I did was, so what I did was, I I just went to him and told him that yes, please demonstrate your work. So I was thinking that yes, I'll go to other professors also to understand what work they do and what actually interests me. But he was a superb person and he demonstrated his entire work, and I immediately joined his lab, which also costed me something. That 1.5 years I was working in another lab, so I did not get proper acknowledgement from there. So after the third year, I did an internship from the Bose Institute. It was an epigenetics lab. So genetics, we all know that genes, AT, GC, DNA sequence, and all. So epigenetics is something beyond the genes, something which the sequence of the DNA cannot control. So this was really very exciting for me because this term I heard it for the first time then. So I did a project on deciphering the role of HMG-B15 in gene regulation during cold stress in Arabidopsis thaliana. So then I started working on this plant. This Arabidopsis thaliana is a model plant, and this is a chromatin remodeling gene. Oh, okay, I won't go into the details. So next, I just went for a trip to Sikkim. This was kind of an odd trip because I was with my parents and with four of my friends. Like seven of us were a team to this trip to Sikkim. So I came to the final year and understood that life is very, very beautiful. So I'm in love with this biotechnology department, and you can see this is me working in the lab. I had means I really like working in the lab. So what I did in the final year project was study of interaction between high 5 and mid 2 of Arabidopsis thaliana on thermomorphogenesis. So I'll just explain a bit to like to activate your interest. This high 5 and MIG2, these two are proteins which interact with each other in this plant. So what is the interaction pattern and all we were studying on thermo is changing the temperature, and morphogenesis is the development of that plant. So we worked on this project. So I invested a lot of time and energy into the project, and I even sacrificed, we had this holy mass bunk thing where everyone goes to a final year trip, but we also sacrificed that. But due to the advent of this COVID, this pandemic, I couldn't complete the project, which is really sad. So I'll just give you a glimpse. This is a seedling of this is a seedling, and you just remove this protein, high 5. You remove this gene, and you get this development pattern. Isn't it really interesting to study and all? Like there are many complex things on inside this, but I'm just trying to give you a glimpse of like why actually I'm interested in research. So now comes placement. I was very sure by then that I won't be joining a company. I won't do a 9 to 5 job. I'll be going for research, which is more than a 12 hours job, or you can spend like your whole life doing research. But still, anyways, I wanted to pursue research, so I'm pursuing it. So I actually didn't want to waste the seat. I don't know if this is overconfidence or something because I thought that if I get placed, I won't be joining the company. So why waste the seat and why take it away from someone else? But my parents and one of my teachers told me that no, you don't know the future. And also another teacher told me that you should check your market value. So I sat for uh, uh, this interview. This was the second interview. I got placed into Credence Analytics Solutions Private Limited, and this was the second interview that I cracked. So you know that is the time when I actually got to know about my aptitude skills. Like this, uh, I didn't know that I was good in aptitudes, and to be brutally honest, I never practiced aptitude. But somehow I gave the exam and I qualified without any group work and all. So I think I have got good aptitude skills, and this was the company that I was placed in. So now coming to GATE, I got an All India rank of 349, which is very unsatisfactory for me. That's all my fault because I studied just for a week and it was struggling between Saraswati Puja, lab work, Arohan, GATE, all these things were there. You can't do everything together. So kind of I was disheartened with this rank, but still I'm happy that I qualified GATE with a kinder decent rank. So what I did post BTech, I always had this question in mind that why should I do MTech if the government is not the government, if the policy is there that from directly from BTech you can go to PhD. So I asked this question to a lot of people, really a lot of people. Everyone I know, I just asked this question. So the only plausible answer that I got was that you do MTech because in the BTech you don't know you want to go to industry or into academic or you want to stay in academia, so you do MTech. So I did not find that answer very satisfactory. So I applied in all the first generation IITs and thankfully I got an interview call from all of them. So the first interview that I attended was from IIT Delhi, from Kusuma School of Biological Sciences. And I'm really thankful to God that I got selected there. And this was really my overconfidence that I did not appear for any other interviews. So I'll suggest my juniors that please don't do this mistake, appear for all other interviews just to gain experience. If nothing else, you will gain the experience. You will know what type of questions they ask uh, in the interview process. So I did my coursework at IITD, sitting at home. I completed. So we, as I'm going directly from BTech, we need to complete a huge amount of coursework. Okay, like people going from MTech has to complete 6 credits. The credit system is very different in various IITs. So in my IIT, it is 6 credits after MTech and 20 credits if you come directly from BTech. So I sat at home and completed it in 2 semesters. It is 10 subjects in total. So basically, from September 28th, we started, and by May 1st week, I completed all my coursework. But I'm still at home. Yes, I went to IITD in between for before the advent of this second wave, but again, I had to come back because of the second wave, and I'm still at home. I will be going maybe in August if things are good. So, in my end note, I'd like to say be positive, never ever get demotivated. Please don't get demotivated. Have that positive attitude that will help you like cross the hurdles. Despite of dilemma, we are all in confusion. Never forget your goal. This is what my mother said. And obviously learn from everyone and respect others. Please, please, I will request you all, whatever you like, respect your teachers, please. I just want to tell this thing. And whatever you are learning from your batchmate, from your senior, from your junior, keep it in your pocket. Someday that will help you a lot in your life. And as one of the teachers said, that discuss bigger things in life. Don't confine yourself in your area in academia. Not in academia, sorry, that's the wrong word. Like discuss bigger things in life. So thank you. This is my last visit to NIT Durgapur last year. So the memories which I'll cherish throughout my life and the place where my heart resides. Also, thank you for your patience because I think I extended, like, I really gave a very long presentation. And this is my BT group. This is the B and this is the C. This was our last photo shoot. Thank you. I'm open for questions now.
If anyone has any question, they can directly ask it to the speaker, or they can also write in the chat box and we will pass the questions on.
Acha, tell me one thing. Did you find it boring?
No, it was fine.
No, not at all. It was, and we got to know a lot more about different
Yeah.
scholarships and internships that we can do.
Yeah, there are many scholarships like Khurana, the France have something, and Germany has that. So you need to find all these scholarships, like internship scholarships and all. So you just need to invest your time in all those.
But I had a question.
Okay,
Okay, go ahead.
go ahead. Please go ahead. I'll ask her later. Go ahead.
Okay, so a lot of your experience and lot of your learnings were based on laboratory work, but as you know, in the COVID scenario, a lot of us at home. So,
Yeah,
what do you think? What can be your advice for us?
like that's a really difficult and sad question. But still, I'd like to say that learn bioinformatics maybe, or try like wherever you live. If you have a research institute nearby, you can contact the professors. You can tell the faculty members that please let us like let like give us an opportunity how we can like they our teachers have many contacts like a lot more than us, right? So you can tell them that please make your connection with somebody else so that they give you some work. You can visit a nearby research laboratory, and the most like the best thing you can do, that is obviously uh, bioinformatics work if you are from bio background, like biotechnology. Like learn Python and all other sub Python, R, I don't know, there are many else, Perl. To learn all those.
Thank you. The next person can go ahead.
Yeah, Shairi. So sorry to ask you a question back
Yeah,
again.
sure.
So one thing. So what is the So what is the typical challenge that you face as a biotech researcher? So what is the key thing that you would probably want to tell all these people about the challenges that you face as a researcher in this industry, and how they should overcome this?
Okay, so the problem is the wet lab researchers who want to work in the laboratory, they are facing quite a lot of problem due to this pandemic. But this pandemic won't last for years. It will last for maybe um another year more. But still, I'd like to say that this won't last forever. So the challenges are the instruments needs to be very high resolution, very high sensitive instruments, which costs a lot. So biotechnology research is very cost intensive process. So that is, I don't know, not a drawback, but that is the key problem that we generally face. And as the instruments are very costly, sometimes the teachers sometimes they don't allow you directly into the lab without any prior experience. So getting the experience, first hand experience, is really important. uh, Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any other question? Like any gate related or any placement related question and all?
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, Sari Didi. I am present
Hi.
final year, Tushar Shukla.
Yes, Tushar.
So, at when you were in the final year, will you
Yes.
be sitting for the placement interviews?
Yeah, I sat for the placement interviews and I got placed.
Okay,
It was in the
but
month of August.
you prepared for both the things together, like gate as well as for placements, aptitude,
Um,
everything.
to be honest, I actually did not prepare for the placement because I knew I wanted to be a researcher. I don't want to work in a company as an analyst. But as I said that one of my professors said that I need to check my market value. One of my professors said that I don't know the future, so I shouldn't leave a chance. And my parents also said that yes, you should sit for the interview. So I sat for the placement session. Uh, and I cleared the second interview. The first company was of HSBC, and there they asked me questions about DBMS and all. So I forgot all those things, so I couldn't clear the last round, like just before the technical round, basically. But in the credence, they did not ask me about my coding skills, about my like any language knowledge, any
Which
computer
company?
language knowledge. So they asked
Second.
me about guesstimates, they gave me case studies, situation based questions, logical reasoning, and all. So that's why I think I got qualified. What was your
Okay.
question exactly?
The same, like I present in I am in the final year, na. So I
Yeah, yeah.
I am finding it difficult to manage my time accordingly, na. Like
Yeah,
studying
if
for
you know
both.
any computer language, that will be a very added advantage to you. So you can sit for many open companies who open for biotech, and like
Okay.
I don't think that will be very difficult. You will be able to do it
The
all
other
the best.
thing is, if you compare studying higher studies like abroad or in India, so what will you suggest us? Like your friends might be some of your friends might be studying
Yeah,
abroad.
yeah. Many are going abroad. So that depends upon you basically. If you want to settle in India, if you want to settle in abroad, what you want, that basically depends on you. But yes, obviously, I say that if you are going to a foreign, like if you are applying for a foreign university, and there the rank, you should check the rankings always. So if the ranking of that university is in the top 100 or top 50, then definitely you should go for all these universities. But I also was confused about this, and I am a little homesick person. And as my other mother always says that India has a lot to offer, and it really does. So IT Delhi ranking, QS ranking is 187. So and my some of my friends have applied for universities which are ranked QS ranked around 400, 500. So now the choice is up to you what you want to do.
Okay. I have heard you are getting stipend also like in the MTech.
I'm doing direct PhD, so I'm getting a good stipend. And MTech people also get stipend, but a lot lesser.
Okay.
Also,
Like
on
near
for GATE,
near.
I just want to suggest that you can buy a book called Biotechnology: A Problem Approach. It is a Pathfinder book, so this is a very good book. It is a very like a big book, but if you study like some of the things, if you go through the pictures, the legends, you will have a good idea and never neglect your like our faculty's notes. Those are really very effective if you come to concepts.
Biotechnology Pathfinder by
Yes, biotechnology, a problem approach by Usha Meena, Praveen Kumar, and the third author's name I forgot. I'm very sorry about that.
Okay, thanks. You helped me a lot.
No problem. Anyone else have any other questions?
Okay, Dee, we have a question in the chat box. What are the most important topics for GATE? Will studying biotechnology a problem approach? I think the name of the book you suggested be enough.
Yes, that book is enough for the life science, like the biology part. The bioprocess part is not very good in that book. You need to study actually the our faculty's notes. Those are really very helpful, at least in the bioprocess thing, I can tell you. And you know, you have to check which IIT is conducting that year's GATE, and accordingly you need to prepare. I think 2022's GATE is being conducted by IIT Kharagpur, if I'm not very wrong. So,
Yes, sir.
like IIT Delhi has bio is a very efficient in biochemical engineering. Madras is based on bioprocess engineering. So IIT Kharagpur is mostly they give molecular biology, immunology, cell biology type of questions, like basic science type of questions. But you should also check in Quora and all, like online. You should utilize your online resources at most. And follow the pattern of the previous year questions, like I which year IIT Kharagpur had conducted the exams. You follow those questions. Those will be much more helpful to you.
Okay, are there any other questions? Okay, thank you, Dee. This was a great learning session, and we thank you for your participation. And we have something for you.
Thank you. I'm humbled that you called me. Thank you so much.
I hope my screen is visible.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, this
Oh,
is a
thank you so much. It's lovely.
this is a certificate of appreciation from our side, and we really thank you for your participation. I think your session was very honest, and it helped us dive right back into our college life as well, because we are really missing it right now.
Yeah, even I did not come out from this BTech phase. I am not into professionalism as of now. I'm still in BTech lifestyle.
Thank you a lot, ma'am, and we wish you all the best for your future, and we hope for more learning opportunities from you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Didi, for